Okay, hi.
Hi. Welcome to Talk Dirty Dancing to Me. This is your second season with us on the
As
pod.
as I'm pretty sure your only guest thus far, am I your favorite guest on the pod thus far?
I mean, yeah, duh.
I'm so excited. I also feel like I add something unique and different to this, and this is why. You and Madeline are OGs. Like Dancing with the Stars raised you, right? I was introed thanks to y'all in 2020, which is kind of weird because you would have thought I love So You Think You Can Dance and all those things, but I just never got into it. But y'all let me see the light, and I'm forever grateful.
I mean, we're just out here doing the Lord's work,
You truly
honestly.
are. You truly
So
are.
we're
It's such a
just,
highlight of my week and sometimes a pit of my week too, but we'll get into that. But yeah,
definitely, like we always say, the highs are high, the lows are lows.
totally.
It can be rough, but it can also be really great. And that's what we live for.
Yep.
So this week was Disney week. Oh, let me just go ahead and give you a full introduction to those who may not know. Madeline is currently on her honeymoon. So congratulations, Madeline and Ryan. So glad you guys are finally enjoying your honeymoon. I know you guys waited a little while. So hopefully they're relaxed. She's read like 4 books, so
Oh my
she's gonna come
gosh.
back even smarter than she already was. But
Awesome.
so in her absence, we have Sarah Malouf. We actually both met Sarah separately
Hmm.
and figured out that we are all friends for different reasons, and now we have this like great friendship that is totally different. So Sarah's going to be filling in for Madeline. She's great. She was on last season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in
Mhm.
Mexico, I think.
Yeah, this is our first time podcasting it together because I did it once with Madeline, but
Yeah,
you
and
and
then
I haven't.
she was
Yeah.
on your podcast as well.
Yes. So here we are, the two of us left to go rogue all on our own. Probably going to be so unhinged, and I can't wait.
I know it's going to be great. So Sarah Malouf, everyone, snaps for her. We're excited. Um, but before we get into last night's show, um, the news that we need to cover is that unfortunately we did lose a member of the Dancing with the Stars family. Suzanne Summers passed away this week, unfortunately. So thoughts and prayers to her family and loved ones. And I'm glad that they gave her a tribute moment
Me too.
on the show last
Absolutely.
night. But um, we can go ahead and kind of get right into it. We have, I know because we talked briefly about last night, that we already right off the bat differ
I know.
on
I
that.
was thinking when we were going back and forth on that, I was like, I don't want to be one of those girls who says I have hot takes, and then the hot take is like, I like ice cream. And it's like, no, everyone thinks that, literally everyone. But I feel like I actually might have some real hot takes based only on our initial conversation that we briefly had via text.
Correct.
So let's
So
go.
let's go. It was Disney, not just any Disney night, it was Disney 100 night, which is super exciting. But then it was like also sponsored by Hyundai, which was weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say like who bought a new car because they were promoting hard,
The
like
thing
someone was
is,
influenced or
the thing
not.
is, those cars are gonna sell out like freaking hotcakes because the Disney clan rolls deep. They're
If
for real. That and that Mickey piano special edition, like those are going to go for a gazillion dollars.
you
Like
think
if
they're running a promo that if I buy the car, I get Val in it too?
maybe, definitely, we need to read the fine print.
Totally. That would be a selling
Um,
point.
so yeah, so we had our little Hyundai sponsorship to start us off, which the car is cool. And I did like that they had like it almost reminded me of like intros to Disney movies from when we were kids on like the VHS tapes. And you would see like the characters out the window of like cars. I feel like that was a thing. I feel like that like unlocked a memory from my
Yeah.
childhood. So that was cool. And then we went into an intro that we have differing opinions on. I was late to the party last night, so I'm not sure what the Facebook group thought about the intro. I don't know if you were live in the chat at that time, but you
I
can
was
go
not
ahead.
live in the chat at all because I also had a conflict. So I ended up kind of catching up. I think maybe I wrapped at like 9:15 instead of 9. I was just slightly delayed because of something, but it's kind of great because I am going into this so unbiased right now, and I might be repeating or I might be completely going against what the Facebook group said. Which is this a good time for you to plug the Facebook group?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
So, our Facebook group, if you're not there, you should be. It is called From Lynn the 10 DWTS. We have a live chat now every week during the show. It's fun. We laugh, we cry, we stress together. It's great. It's so great. Definitely go join. Shout out Michelle Salerno, our fearless leader, for creating that awesome platform for all of us to enjoy weekly. But go ahead. You, as our guest, you can go ahead with your hot take on this.
Okay, I wrote, do we have to talk about Bruno? Because I was not a fan. I thought it was super chaotic. I will say, I did love the little cameo from Val and Jenna's baby. That was really cute when he was in the back seat of their car. But then they just lost me. Like it just, I love that song. I love that Disney movie. I was super excited when it started playing, but I just thought there were way too many moving parts. And sometimes more is just more. It's not better. And I don't know. I just, it got weird. The under the table stuff, I thought that got weird. I don't know. It wasn't, it was too chaotic and too much for me, but I know you disagreed.
So I thought about this a lot because I think I was just so enamored by the fact that I'm with you. I love that song. I love Encanto. Um, and they had like the live flamenco dancers. Like it, they did throw everything into this dance, and I will agree that under the table I wasn't sure. It was like cute, I guess, and funny, but I thought the whole thing was a little bit sloppy. There was so much to look at. It was a little overwhelming, but I loved, like I said, the flamenco dancers were amazing. And then the fact that I didn't even put two and two together because I'm dumb, that Bruno Tognoli is our king. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, Bruno, we know him. So I loved that he got to have his whole moment to shine. I feel like I was living vicariously through him in that. And I was so excited to see Bruno get the spotlight he so deserves, that's what
Totally.
made me love it so much. But then when I went back and rewatched from the beginning because I came in live like halfway through and then went back. And when I watched it, I was like, ooh, was this good? Or did I just like it because it was exciting and I liked the song? And
Blinded by the Bruno.
yeah, I think I was blended by the Bruno a little bit. But yeah, it was a lot was happening.
Speaking of a lot happening in a good way, though, staging was incredible tonight or
Oh
last
my
night. Like
gosh,
every
those
set
people.
design looked
Mm-hmm.
so good, in my opinion. It was so above and beyond. They went all out. They had a Disney budget for sure.
For sure. And I mean, maybe it was all sponsored by Hyundai. Maybe Hyundai footed the bill for that. But no, it was so great. The set design was immaculate. They understood the assignment for sure.
Mm.
So should we dump in?
Let's go, Mauricio, Mo, the sweetest. But they know, like I sent this to y'all on social media. It's just so obvious to me that they're strategically putting certain people at the beginning and ends of the lineup, I think. Because as y'all always say every week, the judging for the first person is just always a little wonky, and then the bar gets set somewhere, and then you kind of look back and compare and you're like, were those fair one way or the other, high or low? And then at the end, the people don't have enough time to get the votes in, I don't feel like. But I just don't know that the judges want Mauricio there, and I don't know why, because I love him. But anyway, what were your thoughts on Mauricio's routine?
I think every week I look at him and I'm like, this man really is just so hot.
So
Like
hot.
he just really is. And the whole time I literally was just, it was the spirit fingers for me. Like truly. And the fact that like I get it, Mickey Mouse and Fantasia, super iconic. I remember for my 6th birthday party, Fantasia 2000 came out and we all went, me and all my friends, to see it at the movie theater. and it was like very cool and exciting. Like, I understand how important it is to the Disney brand, but like that song was so criminal for a Paso Doble.
Also, why was Emma dressed like a tree stump? Like,
She was supposed to be a broom, but then like I saw her in the
um,
background later on, and she looked like a horse a little bit with like a tail. It
also,
was bizarre.
I think I know why you noticed the spirit fingers because of that nail polish. We had an edgy Mauricio last night with that dark color on his nails. Did you
Uh,
notice?
how could I not? It was.
It
I
was
mean,
kind of off brand.
it was very off brand. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care what people do with their nails. Like, I just it came out of left field for sure, and I
And
was
like,
like,
why?
oh.
Like, he's literally wearing a sorcerer's hat. And
I
then
was so concerned the whole dance. Like, a paso, one of the huge parts is that rolling your hands up above your head. And I was like, he's about to smack that thing off and it's going to go flying. So I had my breath held basically the whole time. I was so stressed about the hat.
But then the best part to me, I don't even like honestly remember the details of the dance. This is what I remember, and these are my notes. It was that I think towards the end, I can't remember if it was when he was about to go up to the box or whatever, or if it was when they were giving the scores. But he looks at the camera and gives this wink
Oh,
that
yeah,
just sent me over the edge. I was like, oh my gosh, he knows what he's doing with the wink.
absolutely. There's been a lot of winking this season, and I'm not mad at it, honestly. It did kind of scare me a little bit, like something about that and I remember this, maybe it's my childhood trauma, who knows, but I remember as a child this scared me a little bit as well. All the brooms come to life and it just gets very chaotic. It's literally like that montage of that scene that goes with this piece of music is what it feels like to have anxiety.
The
You
way
just
I don't remember this movie, except that it was exactly like you're saying, anxiety inducing and just so like not, the Lion King and not a Disney prince. It was just, it was not it for me. And so I didn't connect with the song. But I think, yeah, I can see what you're saying. The
it just
anxiety
was
induce it.
it was
Yeah.
very stressful. I watched this very stressfully between the hat and then like I guess the suppressed memories of, oh my god, this is getting overwhelming, Mickey has messed up, like he's going to get in some deep trouble with the sorcerer.
And just
um
a couple weeks ago, when he just fumbled so bad, I think I can't watch him with ease still, even on week whatever we are on,
yeah,
because that's in the back of my mind. Like, please don't do it again. Please don't do it again. Because I felt so bad for him when he dropped the ball like that.
I know. And then I thought it was so weird that the judges coined his spirit fingers magic fingers, and I was like, that feels dirty. How many times do you think he's been called that in his life?
I am deceased.
i
Absolutely.
I
Maybe
died.
maybe it was intentional. Like he's single now. No,
Yeah, I guess.
also,
um
oh, are we getting into the judging part of it all? Because I had a note in between here. I think it was as his scores were being read, which I know we can talk more in depth about. But I think Derek, in a way, is kind of trying to replace Lynn as the harsh critic now. Because last year he was or the last, has he been on for 2 seasons or three? Like
he's
whenever
been
he
on
joined as a
for a
judge,
hot minute.
whenever he came on board, it was like he was the sweetheart, the one who was the morale booster and gave this really great advice, but always scored a little bit higher, seemingly, than some of the other judges. And he's been on one these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I thought maybe he was just in a bad mood last week. And I will say his demeanor tonight or last night was better
Yeah.
overall,
Hmm.
but he is being definitely more nitpicky this season. And I don't know if they're trying to find the whole like Simon Cowell to American Idol, Lynn to Dancing with the Stars, like someone to really be the hard ass. I don't know if that's what they're going for here, but it's tough because Derek is like that's not his brand, so
Mm-mm.
it's weird.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
Did you
he
write the scores
scored,
down?
yeah, I
Okay.
did. He scored a 7 from Carrie Ann, a 6 from Derek, and a 6 from Bruno for a total of 19.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
it was fine. It was a fine dance. I'm a Paso Doble is such a badass dance. It's one of my favorites. And this just was so not a Paso Doble because it didn't have any of that Latin flair. It was literally to an orchestral number. I just I couldn't get there.
Mhm.
So I feel like they did him dirty with that. But for what he put out there, it was definitely not bad.
Agreed. Agreed.
So next up, we have God's favorite,
Oh
Mira.
my gosh.
Like, Gleb as a prince makes me weak in the knees.
Because he is actually like carved out of glass. And if you look at him, you would think instead of a prince, a cartoon prince being based on someone, like he is actually personified version of a cartoon prince. Like he is real
Yes.
life Prince Charming. But you know what's interesting? Do you remember that he did the same bit with Chriselle, Cinderella, and Prince Charming? Do you remember?
They recycle every Disney night.
That was like so recent and it was just him. But I mean, I guess they just look at him and they're like, well, duh, he's going to be
They're
Prince
like,
Charming here.
he needs to be in a prince outfit. And
Mhm.
I'm not mad at it. When he
Mhm.
was talking, and I love that Mira is us as well, because she's like, I mean, Gleb is literally a prince. And we're like, yes, we know.
Yeah.
We've been here before. But
Yeah.
he goes, welcome to my castle.
Yeah.
Every girl dreams of this. And I was like, yeah, we
Yeah, they
do.
do.
You have no idea.
I thought the exact same thing. I was like, every week he feeds into what he knows. He's giving everybody a little bit more and a little bit more. Like last week, he was so eating it up. This week, he's eating it up. And I'm eating it up. So go off,
Same. I
Gleb.
wish I was eating it up. Um, so no, it was literally the dream, but I got the biggest, it's not really an ick, but I was like so flabbergasted by the fact that one of the rehearsal clips, Mira was dead ass rehearsing in jeans, denim, and a sweater. How?
I'm sorry. She's a serial killer.
Like, I'm chafing just thinking about it.
Oh my
Like,
God.
if you can rehearse in jeans and a sweater, you're not working hard enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think that they were like, oh, shoot, we've already rehearsed or we're about to rehearse and we forgot that we were supposed to come in and do these bits for our promo package? Because, like, no way. She said, like, she actually went full out in that, right?
I, I mean, it couldn't be me, but
The way
she's
I would already be sweating so profusely in Gleb's presence, I could not add the layers like that.
no, no. And they're in LA. Like,
Yeah, no.
what are we doing here? But no, again, costuming showed up, showed out. So did the set design team. Gleb as Prince Charming, just it was literally everything. It was a dream come true. A dream is a wish your heart makes. And my heart was making this
And dream is what your
wish
heart makes.
so
And you
hard.
are actually wide awake and watching Dancing with the Stars, dreaming and wishing every single week when it's Gleb's segment on the television. But you know what? Love my husband, but my wishes still haven't come
Yeah,
true.
yeah, same. Can't wait to marry Brennan, but like this is just different. It's just a different thing.
And then when they dance, like if we're moving to the actual dance part of it all, did you please tell me you noticed Bruno and Derek with their hands like marking their own dancing? They both had their hands up like angels in the outfield, like winging up there as if they were just going along with her. And I thought it was too cute and funny. They were so in sync and like so in the moment.
No, I didn't notice. I literally can't take my eyes off of Gleb when
Yeah.
he's on the floor, so I didn't notice that. But I really did think like waltzes are not my favorite just because they're not as exciting, but this was so beautiful. Her arms and her extensions are so graceful and elegant, and her lines are so clean. Like, this was a fantastic dance for her. And I mean, Gleb can do no wrong in my eyes. So I really, really liked this. It was so elegant and pretty, and I just like wish that I could be in her shoes so
And
badly.
I think this week she finally was like, I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with this too. And she's gaining some confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by no means is she the best dancer in the ballroom, but she's not bad. But up till now, you could tell she's uneasy up there. She's
Mm-hmm.
nervous. She's
Mm-hmm.
just, and she's finally easing into it. I don't know if it was a combination of the style of dance, the song. Also, her family was there. Which are Mira's sons hotties? Like they
I
panned to them in
I
the crowd, and I was like, "Excuse me."
They're cute. I don't think that they're of age. So
The
legally we
oldest one,
cannot refer to them
there
as
were multiple, but the oldest one looked like maybe I was looking at the wrong person. The oldest one definitely looked older to me, but excuse me if they weren't. Um, I'm pretty sure they were. But it was like her family was there and it was this whole cute thing. And I could just tell she was a little bit more at ease. It was
Yeah, she
pretty.
seemed much more relaxed.
Uh-huh.
It just
Something
felt
about
it
her
felt very natural.
something about her reminds me of Jennifer Coolidge too.
I can see that
Yeah.
actually.
Like like for real Jennifer Coolidge, but
I love that.
yeah, the
And then
queen.
Julianne came in and killed it with the Mira on the wall. I was like, damn, that's pretty good.
It nailed it for
I don't
sure.
know if she practiced that or not, but it was very smooth. I was proud of her.
Yeah.
The judges liked this dance as well. She scored all sevens for a total of 21.
And then when she got up to the box, what do we call? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
The
Skybox.
skybox.
Yeah, okay. When she got up to the skybox. Okay, last week we had Ariana with the weird ankle thing, and then we had Mira with the weird wrist thing, and Julianne had to bring them both up just for them to be like, "Yeah, I got a little hurt."
Yeah, I was injured. This takes a toll on you.
And Mira was like, "It may be fractured. It's fine." And I was like, "Excuse me, fractured?" Like,
Yeah, and as someone who has fallen and broken their wrist, that shit is the worst.
right. She powered. If it's seriously that severe, she killed it. She
Yeah,
powered through.
honestly, if I remember the pain I felt when I broke my wrist by falling, and I think I could have pushed through it though if I were dancing and having my Cinderella moment with Gleb, honestly.
Honestly, for real. Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised that she didn't get at least 1 8
Oh, really?
just because the judges seemed to like it so much.
Yeah. I think they were just proud. I think they could feel what we're saying here. They could feel the confidence boost and they were honestly really proud of her. I saw a lot of that this week. The judges acting like proud parents, when they took notes or when they showed more
Hmm.
confidence. So I'm here for that.
Yeah, I love that support. I just, like I said, I with the praise that they gave, I was surprised no one went above and beyond
Yeah,
with the 8. But I think sevens are totally valid, and I was really happy for her.
me too.
And I'm really glad, spoiler alert, that we get to see Gleb on our screen for another week.
No, I mean she's so cute and I like watching her too, but honestly I vote for them every single week because I'm voting for Gleb back on the television.
I mean, and that is so fair.
Is this normal? Do other grown married women in their 30s talk about
Other
like
men.
random people? No, not even just other men. He's literally a dancer on a competition show and he's like my celebrity crush.
I mean, we all have our things,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh, at least the Facebook. I feel seen in the Facebook group and everyone else is completely there fangirling too. So
Yes. It is literally the Gleb fan club. But next up, the
Barry.
Berry Bunch.
Oh, Barry. He broke my heart a little bit this week, but he was still so cute and sweet. But yeah, you want to talk about it?
I just love him. I love him so much. The Bob Fosse of it all. I was so blown away by this. Like the fact that we've just glossed over that this entire time. I was like, oh my God, Bob Fosse picked you. Like, that is huge. Like, put
He's a
some
king.
respect on Barry's name
He is
here.
a absolute king.
And I'm so freaking devastated that Madeline missed it. We had our first fedora of the season, y'all.
On Barry.
Fedora Gate is over. It was not on the correct person, but we got one still.
Oh my gosh. And he's like age appropriate for it too. And just the cutest thing in the world.
It was
Um,
it was so okay. I just have to talk about costuming for a second because what? I know that they were Lady and the Tramp. I get it. I understand. The fur collars were giving me some kind of weird kinky situation. And then PETA straight up looked like Scooby Doo. Like,
am I the only PETA terrifies me. Like I look at her and I'm like, oh my gosh, she wants me to eat glass. Like she is so scary to me. She's so like just I don't know,
intense.
intimidating and intense. And then
Yeah.
Barry's so the opposite of that. They seem to have a good partnership, but he's so like smiley, sweet, an older gentleman. And she seems so intense. And I could tell that she was very upset, more
She
upset than
was
Barry about
she
what
was
happened.
like pissed. And I don't know, I mean, obviously when something like that with a lift of any kind goes wrong, which unfortunately it did. They started off this dance so strong. I
I
loved
know.
it so much. And then that failed cartwheel lift situation that did not work by any means.
Mm-mm.
Obviously, when something like that happens, there is a risk for injury, and dancing is her career. And, you know, I don't know if she was just upset because she was scared and it was very like jarring, or if she was like legitimately angry with him. It seemed like she was pissed off, and I don't know if that was like
It seems like
directed at him, or if it was just more so about the whole situation. But it was, I felt that as well.
yeah. And then when they were in the skybox, I swear she was crying.
Yeah,
Like,
she was very upset.
yeah, there was a lot. And Barry, but Barry wasn't. He just
No,
kept
water off a
smiling through
duck's
it.
back.
He did.
But
He did a good job at speaking of like bouncing back. Literally, you can. That's when his theater training really kicks in. If he's been on Broadway and done all these live shows, again, I've told y'all this offline, but I need to share that I have this core memory of being a child in Memphis and being taken to see The Sound of Music at the Orpheum, and he was Captain Von Trapp. And my mom was so excited because she was like, "Oh, I loved the Brady Bunch." So if you are a trained thespian who is a professional and has done that for years and years and years, there have been multiple times that you've messed up on stage or someone's messed up on stage and you've just had to pick up the next step and keep going. And his training really was able to shine through because unlike Mauricio, sweet Mauricio, he didn't just freeze and fumble. Like he just jumped right back into it even after every misstep.
yes, and they didn't get it back, immediately, but they did finish strong, and he moved the whole time.
Yeah.
I just was so bummed because it really did start off so strong, and then after that, it was just like there was no coming back from that to finish on the same note they started on.
Mm-hmm.
And it got all sixes, which we know is the devil's number.
And Carrie Ann
For 18.
with her backhanded dish, she goes, "This was your best dance yet." And then like it was clearly not. He messed up so much. So she was saying, like, I feel like she does this thing where she has subconsciously she knows she's saying something kind of mean or dissing, but she's covering it with kindness. And that came across to me. I was like, don't he knows he just fumbled. Everybody knows what just happened. You don't have to say this was his best dance yet. I don't know. It was weird.
It also definitely wasn't. So I'm confused, but all sixes for Barry and PETA and 18 out of 30, which is okay. I get it. They messed up, and it really was in such a way that you couldn't not acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And it did carry over into the rest of the dance, but
I really thought they were going to drop him to at least 1-5, and I was really hopeful they weren't. I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I was at peace with the sixes across the board. So
and so was Barry.
Yeah, Barry's just cool, and he's just like having a good time. He's vibing, and he looked so cute in the background of everything. He just like, I think he's just living his best life. Truly, he's just having a good time.
Yeah, agreed.
So then we had Jason, and I'm just so shook by the fact that he has like somehow become attractive to me. What has happened?
I felt y'all when you were talking about last week with the jive. Like I felt that this week wasn't as sure, but I did make a note that whatever the hell was that hat on his head in the package.
I hated it.
I said, does this count towards y'all's fedora count? Because it's
nope.
It looks like it. Maybe he borrowed it from the set of the Goofy movie.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
I was like, you're about to eat some sloppy cheese pizza, and this is seriously not real life. It was a cartoon hat, and I thought maybe he was kind of going for that, Disney night.
Maybe, I guess.
He's an odd guy.
He's a quirky fella. He is,
but he's so good.
He is, and he mentioned, which I totally forgot about. When I think of Jason Mraz, I think of "I'm Yours," the wedding song that ruled the world for the 2000s. I totally forgot about the Remedy.
Same.
And he brought it up, and I was like, "Oh my God, I love that song."
No, like he has some bangers.
He really does.
We need to throw some respect on Jason's name because he is renowned.
He is, and he's Motown fan Jason Mraz has some bangers. He is a Grammy winner after all.
Like he's done. I think he's the most famous person on the show. Do you?
I don't know, because I think yes, but he's been out of the spotlight for so long that I feel like now it's probably like Harry.
What about most widely recognizable name?
Yes, I think so. But I feel like also if I told Brendan that Jason Mraz is on the show, he would be like, "Who now?"
Really? Huh.
I mean, he's a sweet country boy. You know, he doesn't listen to.
What do you think about what do you think about this dance?
So the costuming was amazing. The
Yeah.
fog department worked overtime, which I always get a little bit disappointed when there is that much fog just because you can't see the footwork as well.
Yeah. And sometimes I think they do it intentionally, but not for this couple. Like this couple knows what they're doing. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that they're kind of covering up some things.
Yeah. I loved that Daniela like choreographed a very like sensual foxtrot. Like it had some sexy moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, this was the first time that he looked uncomfortable. It wasn't
Exactly
bad
what I
by
thought.
any means at all, but he did not look in his element.
Agreed. Like, it's not, I mean, for most people, you're not in your element doing that style of dancing, right? A lot. He was in theater too. So he's done some of that fun, showy, quick
Mm-hmm.
step stuff. He's probably actually never done anything like this. So, all things considered, it was, of course, still very good because he has so much talent. But it was all over his face. He was not as into this and as comfortable with this as previous weeks.
Yeah. And then in the skybox, he gave us the Miss America answer and
Yeah.
wished
Oh my
for world
God.
peace. That's not
Yeah,
what he
he
said,
did.
but
It was
it was
cringe.
so funny. I was like, oh, that makes me
Also, did we
uncomfortable.
establish that he's married, right?
Did we establish that? Do we know that? I can Google it. Hold
Do
on.
a quick Google because tell me if you saw this or if anyone saw this. It felt to me like Jason's wife was getting a little bit of jealous of Daniela and her hotness and the closeness and told him that he better keep at least 6 inches between him and Daniela at all times when they're not dancing. Because when they were getting their scores and in the skybox, did you notice like they never put their arms around each other the way most couples do? They felt awkward. Like they felt distant. I don't know.
He was married previously in 2001 and it didn't last. They split in 2002.
Okay.
And then he got engaged to someone else in 2010, but they didn't get engaged or they didn't get married. And then he married Christina Carano, I think is her name, in October of 2015. But he revealed in June of this year that they have split.
Jason.
So
He's kind of all over the
he
place.
kept his divorce private out of respect for his ex-wife, who was never comfortable with the spotlight. And he came out as bisexual in 2018. That's
Wow, he
interesting.
was married to her. That's when he decided to come out with that.
I guess.
Hmm.
Um, so interesting. The
What a
more you
wild
know
ride.
about Jason.
Yeah, the more you know. Well, okay, so they just filed for divorce this summer. Okay.
I don't know
So
if that's when they actually divorced, but they are that he publicly announced that they were no longer together this summer. So I don't know when it all actually went down, but
maybe
it
this is a good distraction for him then.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But I don't know. They just felt like distant. It was interesting because,
Yeah. I don't
she was
know.
always huggy with them on and everybody. But yeah, but they're so good. Like they are so
They're
good.
so good.
And I'm calling it now. I will be so shocked if they are at least not in the championship or just win the whole thing. They're so good.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely make it to the finale. And they ate it up tonight. 3/8 for 24 out of 30.
He got 2 9s last week though, right?
Oh, I deleted my notes from last week. I know he got at least 1 9.
Yeah, last week was unreal. This was
Yeah.
good, but he
This
set the
was
bar really
good.
high.
But yeah, it is hard because he did kind of like what we said with Layla last week. Like when you come out so strong and then like you have a dance that's not quite as good, it just even though it's still better than a whole bunch of other people, it feels disappointing for some reason.
Agreed, agreed. Again, that's a good segue because Lele was next, and I have things to say.
Okay.
I thought
So
this was so good, and if you don't agree, I'm gonna be sad. But go on.
How can I not agree with that? It was
Okay.
literally everything to me.
It was so good. And I love this for Brandon so much.
Same. And Brandon rehearsing in like actual hunter's camo pants was everything. I loved it so much. I loved it so much. It was not on my bingo card. And also, Lele is really growing on me. I thought that she was gonna like I was gonna be so turned off by her just because of knowing her from Vine and social media, and she was just too much for me there. And like she even started out that way in the beginning of this season, and I just really, really like her.
And she's taking it so seriously, but like in a good way. She's really caring. And I don't know if you follow her or have looked at her social media, but she did a side by side of her body like since she started training for this. And she is truly training like an athlete. And she is noticeably stronger. She has more muscle definition. She's like whipping herself into shape. Brandon's whipping her into shape. She cares so much, and that comes through.
Yeah, I mean, Dancing with the Stars is literally for years and years and years been known as like this amazing like body transformation for people. Like
Mhm.
they'll post side by sides and they have for a long time. So like I just need to get on the show like for that.
Same. But she posted this like week two, and it made me just think that even outside of rehearsal, she's just like wanting to be her very best in all forms, like physically, she's mentally. I mean, she cried talking in her package about how she was so self competitive with it, and she felt like she let herself down and everybody down when she didn't get the score she wanted the week prior. um but this
I,
dance, like, this is when I think I text y'all and said, like, I just don't understand sometimes how what the judges see and what we see on TV is so different, because to me, this was so much better than several, like most of the other dances, and just still, I don't remember her scores, but I remember thinking she needed at least a point or two higher.
well, and the fact that they did a rumba to the Lion King, like a rumba is so freaking hard. They just costuming again, chef's kiss. They looked amazing. Brandon's choreography was unreal. It was
Mhm.
so beautiful.
Mhm.
It was I loved it so 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 much. This honestly was one of my favorite dances of the whole night. Um and then during the judging,
Oh my
a
gosh.
fight damn near broke out because Carrie Ann, the lift police, because she has no other personality traits apparently, had to like she was done with her judging, and then Derek started his, and then she just straight up cuts him off to bitch about this like whatever lift she thinks she saw. And even if there was one, which I didn't see, it wasn't intentional. It's not like he choreographed a lift in there. I don't get why she's such a stickler about that. And then instead of like Derek didn't even get to talk. And
It
then
was so rude.
it was so awkward. Oh my
Like,
God. And
she forgot where she was for a second. Like, she was acting out of control, and
and,
Derek was so clearly mad about it.
and like it was like watching like children.
Yes.
Like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes. Like it was like that because Derek was going, can I talk now? Can I talk now? And Carrie Ann was going, it was a lift. It was a lift. And I was like,
Oh my god.
Bruno literally stood up out of his chair and was like walking away. And I was like, Bruno is all of us right now. Just
Exactly.
get me out of here.
His reaction was perfect. Like, and then Derek didn't even get to talk at all. Like, he just didn't give any feedback. He was like,
Yes.
he said, I had a lot of things to say. We'll just talk after the show. And I was like, this is so messy. And then he was so flustered because then he held up the wrong score, remember?
Yes. He said 7 and
He
held
held
up
up
a whole 6.
and like didn't catch it at all. Like, even I think Julianne or somebody was like, or maybe Lele was like, you're holding up a 6. And he didn't catch it until they were about to go off to the next person. And then he looked
Yeah.
down and was like, and he was so flustered. You could tell
It
that
went
just,
off the rails quick.
it was honestly embarrassing. And I hope she feels embarrassed about it. Not Lele, obviously. I hope Carrie Ann feels embarrassed about it all.
Well, unfortunately, I doubt that. But the scores were a 7 from Carrie Ann, a 7 from Derek, and an 8 from Bruno, our man, for a
Yeah.
score of 22. I think this was underscored. I'm
Yeah.
in agreement with you. And then I did write down something that Lele said in the skybox, which like might get this tatted. I don't have any yet. This might be the first. But she said, push yourself, but don't be mean to yourself. And I
Aw.
thought that was so like just pure. Like that is such a good reminder. Like Absolutely. Work hard, be your best, push yourself, but don't don't be mean to yourself. Like, you don't deserve that. Unless you're a shitty person, and then, like,
And then you might, but
then maybe
no,
like think some things through. But
it was so good. And also I had this realization when I was on her Instagram after, because I actually went to her social media looking for the dance to rewatch it, hoping she had shared it on social media like this morning. And I know they say this every week, social media star with all these followers, but it really hit me that she has 54 million followers on Instagram.
damn.
Let me double check myself. It was like, and that was just on one social platform. And then she has all these others on TikTok. And I was like, that is so many people. Yeah, 53.9 million followers just on Instagram.
That's wild. Good for her. I'm
She just
proud
got
for
one
her.
more because I just followed her because I didn't realize I didn't already follow her. I just went to her page.
Loyal.
Anyway.
So next up we had Allison and Sasha. And I have so many thoughts, and I know that you probably also have so many thoughts, but let's let you go first because I feel like they're going to be nicer than mine.
What makes you say that?
Just because of who you are as a person versus who I am as a person.
Has Sasha just given up? Like,
Maybe.
I feel like he is just like, we're both goofy, silly, quirky gals, and we're not going to win. So we're just going to do a bunch of weird stuff. I'm not going to stress over the choreography, and we're just going to hope for the best. Like, it was not like I could choreograph better. And I don't know if it's because she can't do it, or what. Because and then I'm sorry, like I really do really like How I Met Your Mother. And so, but even on that show, she kind of has this persona of like, I'm not like other moms, I'm the cool mom, but really she's just like a nerdy kind of quirky gal. And like, I don't know. It's time. It's her time. But yet here she still is.
Yeah. I just I have guilt. I have so much guilt because
Why?
I do like I'm sure she is a very nice lady.
Oh yeah.
And she's just so cute, and I'm happy that she's having a good time. However, I'm tired of not having a good time having to watch this.
Agreed.
The best
Like,
part of this whole dance was the Selma Blair cameo in the
yeah.
package.
I Selma, she was so good. And that was a good partnership for Sasha. That
Mm-hmm.
was beautiful. I really feel like I saw his talent come through. And it was, he was going through a lot. And I felt like he just had this emotional connection with her. And they had a really great partnership despite everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like these two have a good partnership as far as they're a lot alike in a lot of ways. They like to make jokes and be silly, and so I feel like they are really good friends. I feel like is a really nice person, but between him not seeming to care to make her better and her not improving week over week, like at all, it's just she should have gone. Honestly, I think she should have gone like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Um, Also, I have the biggest bone to pick with costuming. That should have been illegal. Whoever did that to them, straight to jail. Like,
Jail.
jail, prison. It was so bad. Oh my God, it was literally so, so bad.
Like, I know who she was supposed to be, but to me, she looked like the mayor of Whoville. Not.
Not the mayor of Whoville. And like, I know who he was supposed to be and why they gave him that god awful mustache because he was supposed to be the clock. Like, I get it. I see it. He looked terrifying.
Yeah, it was
He looked
rough.
like a kid's cartoon, like villain, bad guy or something. It was, oh my God, it was so bad. There was literally, I like actively on their dances try to find something nice to say because I don't dislike them. I don't like as people, like they're fine people.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, that was an amazing song. Like, that is such a good movie and such a good song that they were gifted, and we got that.
Oh
Um,
God. It was
yeah.
so bad. It like physically hurt me. And
Mhm.
like it was just there was too much going on. Coco as the feather duster was the best part.
She is the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, she looked so good and I was like, "Can she do this instead? Like can we just watch her dance?" Like
Yeah.
it like her movements like I don't know how a candlestick is supposed to move, but it she was giving Tin Man energy. Like he needed the oil can bad. She was so robotic and like I cannot say I just and it was the flame on top of that hair for me. Like I just oh my god, it hurt physically to watch it. I was like cringing the whole
Almost
time.
as bad as her head must hurt after she took all that hair off of the top of her head.
Oh,
Like that was a balancing act. No matter, I wonder how much her head weighed.
I don't know, but I know that like remember like after prom or like your wedding, like when you
Mhm.
have to pull out 100,000,000 gazillion bobby pins.
Yeah, and your scalp is sore.
Yeah, legend has it she's still pulling out bobby pins to this day. Like it was just so bad. And then like aside from all of that, looking at the actual dance, there was so little actual dancing going on. And I know that it's because it's the same thing as the canoe last week. Like, she just isn't, this is not her thing. I'm so glad she's having fun. And I'm glad that she's enjoying it while she's here. But like, you have to do something. Like you
Yeah.
cannot just have all of this gimmicky shit in there. And like I just need it to be something. Even if it's bad, but you're trying to dance, I feel like that's better than just covering up the fact that you can't dance by throwing in all this extra crap that doesn't
But
need to be there.
again, that's on Sasha. Like I feel like he has literally given up. Like
Yeah.
he didn't give there. I think he knows all the things I said prior. Like it's just they're like, let's just go have fun because she's not getting better, and he's not putting in the effort to make her better. And
Yeah.
it's falling so flat all around on both of them, in my opinion.
Yes. It was literally giving me elementary school Christmas program
Yes,
vibes.
yes.
When she did the magic trick and disappeared behind the tablecloth, I was like, I swear to God, like this is a children's program. And Madeline has said it before, and I just every time I agree, it feels all of her dances feel very juvenile. Something about them is always gives me like, you know, fourth grade dance recital or something like that. Like it just is so below the standard. And
Mhm.
I cannot I hate it. I hate watching them. It
And
it
then
I God.
remember her daughter? Like, I just had this whole, I was cracking up when they brought her kids on because her one kid is clearly in that phase that so many like teenagers or preteens go through where they're emo, with like their hoodies and they think everyone's against them and like they hate their parents and all that. Her one daughter showed up to that rehearsal just clearly not wanting to be there with their hoodie. And it was like something you see in a sitcom where Allison was doing all her juvenile stuff and she's got that personality where she's probably like, "Hey, sweetie, love you." And she's like, "Screw you, mom."
You
Like
don't
that's
understand.
like
It's not a phase.
it's art. Like it's just one of those things that cracks me up so much. It made me so giggly. And I do feel like Allison's like that. Again, nice person, but always like her personality just is a little youthful all the time. And she's bringing it onto the dance floor in a negative way. And again, not improving. Not
Yeah,
improving.
I'm so sad that this is how this has turned out for them. I really hoped that it would get better, but somehow it's getting worse.
What
And
were her scores? I honestly don't even remember.
so she got the same scores as Barry. She got 3 6s for 18 out of 30.
I think they're just like we can't give fives anymore. So this is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just can't talk about this anymore. It's too
No.
painful.
Moving
It's
on.
moving on
Moving
to
on to I have a lot to talk about here.
okay.
Wait, before we even get into them, when they were introing this, Alfonso on the rocking horse
I died.
killed me. Like it was so like I get it, the Toy Story, but when they cut back from commercial, I was like, What
It was
is
a jump scare. I was like, what has happened?
and it was the biggest rocking horse ever.
I
And he was
know. The proportions were so bizarre. It was very funny. I need like a gif of that to just
oh
like
my
use as a
gosh.
reaction to stuff. It's so funny. It
Oh
was
my gosh.
it was so
It was
good.
so funny. It's like, like me sitting on all my problems, pretending life's dandy. Like he was
Yeah.
just rocking back and forth, just going on. I'm like, what? How did you even get this thing in here so fast?
I
Anyway, it just
know. And I
really
was
made
also
me giggle.
like he was just like hosting as normal as if he wasn't
He
rocking
didn't
on a
acknowledge
rocking.
it.
Yeah,
He
I
did
know.
not acknowledge. It like absolutely killed me for some reason. I
No,
was like,
it was so good.
instead of, are we not going to talk about the elephant in the room? Are we not going to talk about the horse in the room? Like,
Literally,
it
that
was
big ass
a
red
lot.
rocking horse. Oh,
Anyway,
it
I had to
it
bring
was
that up.
so good. I have it in my notes too because I saw it and I was like, what is
It
happening?
was like, whoa, okay.
Oh, yeehaw.
Honestly, like the size of the horse next to Alfonso was like the presence of Tyra in the room, like just overbearing,
Yes.
dominant. Alfonso's there smiling, doing his thing, but all you can see is the large, overbearing, loud thing right there. Tyra,
Yep.
who is so beautiful, but ways to know she's a tall, big woman, and she was always so chaotic and so distracting. It felt like the two of them back on the stage.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Oh my God. So,
Then Harry.
Harry, I you are on the you're all aboard the ship here.
Well, they're totally making out. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that these two are making out, canoodling. Will it be forever? No. Will they get married? No. But are they a fling? 100%. And I don't say I'm all aboard the ship and like, I don't know either of them to the level of like shipping. And I'm not at the level where I was with Daniel and Britt, where I want them to be end game. But I think they're cute and they're having fun and they're so into each other. And there have been so many, not even Easter eggs, blatant comments now from the cast and crew that are like, okay, yeah, so they're clearly together, at least in some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does she make out? Like, it's not for me to judge. No judgment, no shade. I just like he's just such a sexual person seemingly, and she's so innocent, and I just like
But like
can't
we say she's innocent. Why do we say that?
because she's 18 and then she's like her family's very religious
But
and
that's kind of some of the ones that sneak up on you. I don't think she's some wild bad girl or anything like that. I think she is adorable, so cute. But I mean, like everyone's making out when you're 18,
yeah,
at least.
maybe.
I'm not saying that they're like, whatever, but I just definitely think they're so into each other. And then Julianne called them lovebirds and then backtracked about the friend. And then she made a comment about, oh, but what this song, like, as such good friends. What does it mean? No, no, no. We heard you. And I know we're jumping ahead by getting into this, and we'll go back and talk about the actual dance and the scores. But I was dying. I didn't catch it live, but I saw it on Instagram after or TikTok. Lele's response, her facial expression, and the way she reacted to the lovebird comment, no, not the lovebird comment, him calling her beautiful comment is priceless.
Oh my God, I need to go look.
I will send it to you. It is worth $1 million. Her face says it all to me. And her face is what it's saying is like, oh, shoot, Julianne wasn't supposed to say that. And then Harry wasn't supposed to respond like that. But here we are. Let's go. Like,
The cat's out of the bag. I
oh
don't
my God.
know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so conflicted. But anyway, everyone's speculating on that, so we won't speculate on it for any longer. But Sarah thinks that they're making out.
And again, you've said it on the show before, but let's just say me and your fiance were the two who called Britt and Daniel from
Yes.
early
Yes.
in the season. I don't know. I read energies well. I'm standing by it.
Yeah, Brendan too, definitely.
Well, has Brendan watched? What does he think?
He has not watched.
Okay, well, he's the professional that I can trust here. Clearly, we're
Yeah,
both.
I'll get his opinion and let you know what he says. But so as always, the whole mantra of the show is, highs are high, lows are low. And that's how I felt about costuming last night. This costuming was everything. It was everything. It was perfection.
Yeah.
And that was like right after the Beauty and the Beast fiasco. But I just how did they get some so right and others so wrong?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, they nailed it. The set was great. Um, Harry's story in the package about his good
Mhm.
friend, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce because I don't want to mess it up and I'm not sure how I would even spell it. So, um, it was just like really sad
Yeah.
hearing that he lost, this huge person in his life to suicide a few years ago. Um, and he talked about, because Riley was like, what would he think about you being on the show? And he said, well, he could dance, so he'd be like giggling at me, which was funny. So I like seeing, a more vulnerable side of him. I was so nervous about this, just because we talked about it a little bit last week in the Facebook group. Like, he had this, it was a quick step, right?
I
Let me
think
look.
so. Or
Hold
a
on.
jive.
It was a quick step to
Okay.
You've Got a Friend in Me. And like the classic version of that song from the movie is very slow.
Mhm.
And I was just very concerned. And it's a quick step. Harry has not been by any means the best at all. So there was a lot of like energy going against this being good.
Yeah.
I was so pleasantly surprised by this. What did you think?
Hey, I agreed. Like he I just was saying how Allison hasn't improved week after week. He definitely has. Like this week was so much better. He's slowly but surely getting more confident. They have a great partnership, great chemistry because like I said, they're making out allegedly. um, no, but really it was great. And I think he really connected to it with that story of his friend. I think he really felt in it. And then when he was kind of crying about it, I mean, he did a great job. They did a great job. I loved it.
I loved it so much. I
The first
loved
week
the
I voted
way
for him.
I loved the way that Ray Chu live, who fedora spotting number two, he had on a fedora. I just want to call that out. It doesn't count, but it was there. The way that they remastered this song to be like a big band style fast version was brilliant. It was so good. I loved it so much. Um, and Riley's choreography definitely played to Harry's strengths. It was so good. I am so blown away by her.
I was about to say the same. She's incredible. She by no means comes off as someone who is only a teenager and her first year on the show. Like she has so much confidence. Her choreography is so good. She is able to bring out the best in her her celeb. It's just like she's amazing. Someone commented on her social media too and was like, what's wild is that you're my age and I'm sitting here studying for midterms and like drinking a hot gin and tonic while you're out there on the dance floor killing it or something like
Yeah,
that. I mean, it's just she's so young, but she's
she's
so
so
good.
young. She's amazing. I was just so, like I said, I was so blown away by this. And part of it is the fact that my expectations were really, 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 really low. So I was anything they did that was good was already going to be better than, having other expectations that align with other people's skill sets. So, but even that in mind, this was a good dance.
Yeah. He had 3 sevens, right?
He did 21 blackjack.
Love. Good for them.
And my favorite thing was that when they did the balloon drop, they were like little horse balloons. Did you see those?
I just noticed there were a lot of balloons. It kind of was distracting to me at the very end because she gave him a little kiss, which was so
A little
sweet.
peck on
Yeah.
the cheek.
And I wanted to see that, and I thought it was I wanted to see just the ending, period. And I felt like I could really see behind the balloons, but
Yes.
at that point they had proven themselves at least. So, but yeah, it was cute.
But those were the big balloons. I think you're missing the fact that there were little tiny
Oh,
horse balloons. They
yeah.
like were shaped like horses.
Oh, I guess I totally missed that for sure.
Harry picked one up and rode it off into the skybox.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
he like passed them around. Like someone else had one up there too. It was very funny. And then I also loved that like Lele at one point later on in the evening like was wearing his cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I feel like that this is a fun cast. Like they're all friends and I love that.
Yeah. The two of them especially apparently are really close from what
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah, and
Love.
that's cute. I love that friendship. So,
Mhm.
But yeah, super excited to see. Hopefully, this was such a high. Hopefully, he will continue and to trend upward next week, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And speaking of trending upward,
Oh my God.
we just have a star here, a true star.
Unreal.
Sochi. Like, where did she come from? I don't know this girl, but
I don't either.
I'm not in the Marvel verse. I'm sorry. I can't. It's too much for me.
No, her name is spelled so. I'm so glad I can like auto correct now because I've typed it enough to vote because y'all have talked about this too. Her name is spelled like a big pharma drug. Like it doesn't look like how you
Yes,
say it at all. It looks like a medicinal.
I
But
know.
then but then when you say it, it kind of sounds like Sophie. But I don't know. She's the cutest thing in the world. I do have a weird like I feel like you should have to be at least 18 to be on the show because Val's being so great with her and there's nothing creepy or weird about it, but something in me is just like dancing is so up close and personal and like she's literally a baby. But the
Hmm.
way they're handling it is very professional, is very cute, very age appropriate, and her talent is so like just insane to me.
It was incredible. I agree with you. I wish that it was, they had Dancing with the Stars Junior, and then I wish there was like you have to be 18 to do this, but I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I agree. Just because like once they get into like, you know, an Argentine tango and like all of this
Mhm.
sexy sultry, I'm gonna feel gross about it. But
Mhm.
whatever. It's 1 year. Well, I don't want to get into that. Never mind. Cancel that. Pretend that I didn't. Anyway, it was great. Costuming nailed it again. Val and the curly locks and
Uh,
that outfit, and they just, dude, it was perfection. It was
they
so
It
good.
was so good, and she acted like she really loved that song. I personally had never heard of it. Had you?
I've seen the movie Coco, but
Oh, I
like this
haven't.
is not the song that stands out to me from that movie at
Well,
all.
she acted like she loved it. I don't know if it was like she was kind of playing into it because she had to work with what she got, you know? But
Hmm.
she for a song that's not like I feel like as maybe easy it I don't know. It wasn't like a classic in my opinion, but she
Hmm.
took it and just made it made it her own, you know, made it a classic now because of the way they just dominated it. And I like how she mentioned that Val was so intense with this one, but he really was. Like he knows she's good and now he's like, okay, let's win.
Yeah. No, I like that champion mindset right there.
Mhm.
But she acted like she had been dancing the Paso Doble since she came into this world. Like the skirt, the just everything. It was the entire package. It was so good. And the judges agreed. Three nines.
So good. That's amazing. And then after that, please tell me you saw when they were panning the audience, they go to this woman in the crowd who's like doing this forced slow clap and she's smacking her gum and making this face like she would rather be anywhere that but there.
No.
It sent me, and I was like, "Thank God they at least showed her after someone that was clearly so blatantly good." Because if they had showed her after someone who was not good, it would just like crush my soul
It
because
would have
this
looked
woman
so
looked
sad.
miserable. And I was like, of
Oh,
all the people to show, it killed me. And then also when she was up in the booth getting your scores, Harry had like fake teeth in. Did you see that?
no.
He put
Fake
these,
teeth.
yeah, like Halloween yellow, like Billy Bob teeth in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they black out up there. Like seriously, when the stars and pros are not being the ones like the ones being interviewed, they forget where they are and they just start acting like fools. And I love it, but they
It's
act
so fun.
insane. It's
It's
so
so
fun. Yeah,
fun.
he had what am I saying? Hillbilly
Hillbilly. There it is.
teeth in. Yeah.
Like from like a vending machine, like
That's what it
with
looked like. It
that's
was
funny.
interesting, but I'm really proud of Sochi and her scores and Val and just embracing the curly hair and just like they have a real shot at winning too.
Yeah, they really do. They're so strong. And I mean, she hasn't had a bad dance yet, but this was definitely her best as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Agreed.
Speaking of their best dance yet, we
Right.
had Adrian Peterson.
Those were the three words I wrote down. Best dance yet. I thought he improved so much. I was like, honestly, very pleasantly surprised with how well he did
I
and how well
agree.
Britt did because it was beautifully choreographed as well.
Yes, and her dress, I want to put it on and twirl around in it in my house, and, like, it was so beautiful. She is so beautiful. They looked fantastic. The song is so sad.
I didn't know it either. It was something from Dumbo.
Yeah, which it was very funny. It showed, like, in the I wanna say it was on the Dancing with the Stars Instagram. It showed, like, a picture of the celeb and their pro, and then, like, in big letters, the movie that they were, like, doing a song and dance from, and then underneath it, like, gave the details of the song and dance. And so it's a picture of him and Brit, and it just says in big letters under him, Dumbo. I was like, damn, that's tough.
Which,
Um,
okay, I don't know if this is just me and one of my takes or if this is something that someone else sees. They like hate each other, right?
I do not think that they are friends. No, I do not think that
I
they get along.
I think something happened this past week too that like really upset them both. And it was all over their faces. Not when they were dancing, like they did a great job with the dance, really. But then the befores and afters. And then, spoiler alert, when he got sent home at the end and they were like, is there anything y'all want to say? And he was like, well, Britt, we've had our ups and downs, and I was like, you've had your ups and downs. Like,
It's only
what?
been 4 weeks.
Right. And she looked so just upset. They both looked so just, I was like, oh, they hate each other.
Yeah, she looked very uncomfortable. And I don't know, I was like reading their lips, like when they hugged it out, and she was like, it's not your fault. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be sad. Like, I don't know if it's just tension with them not getting along great or if something went down, but there was definitely some something funky going on.
It felt like something happened this weekend, like specifically because I didn't by any means think they were the best of friends prior, but I didn't think they had a bad partnership prior. And she always put on and was bubbly and doing her signing, and everything seemed okay to me, just like as a professional partnership. Obviously, no Daniel, but just as things go. It was weird. And then I did think she said something really sweet, though, like again, skipping ahead about how, again, I know he's really controversial, but she was like, you showed everybody like the real you. And I'm really proud of the way you handled yourself and everything on the show. I mean, she had good things to say. It's not like she said anything bad that made me be like, oh, what? But the weird comment about ups and downs and then the looks on their faces was just, I don't know.
Yeah, it was awkward for sure. Um, I also think that Dumbo is a horrifying movie.
Yeah.
It it is so
Animal
scary.
cruelty.
Not just that. Do you not remember like the scene where like all of those like elephants are marching and it's like cartoon like drawn elephants and it's like bright colors and there's that scary song playing?
Katie, if there's one thing you should know about me, is that I have dementia, like severely. And I remember nothing, much less something that I watched when I was 4 years old. So I'm sorry,
Well,
I do
I
not.
watched Dumbo like one time and then I was like, this is not for me. Also, I'm horrified. So, I just I don't I also don't feel like this is like an iconic Disney thing at all.
No.
So, I don't know why they picked it. The piano and the vocals were incredible, but this just was it was weird. But the
Yeah.
dance was beautiful. He had really nice hands
Yeah.
this week. So definitely his best. He got 37s for 21 out of 30.
Yeah.
And
He did a good job.
yeah, I was happy to see him improve. And then happy to see him exit stage right. Next up we had Ariana and Pasha.
And you know what?
What?
We got the answer. I was like, oh, there it is. She was a theater major.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if you know this about me, but I myself was a thespian growing up and did a lot of community theater and even did show choir in college. It's kind of part of my DNA. But just like lacking in a lot of the skill. Obviously, I didn't make it big or anything.
Not
but,
yet. Not yet. Don't sell yourself
but
short.
even from childhood acting in theater and then into like show choir, you get a lot of dance exposure. By no means am I a pro. By no means have I danced in 10 plus years. But if I went on to as like into a class and started learning, a lot of things would come back to me, even at this level. And she was a theater major. So, she took dance classes and performance classes and all this, and everything made sense to me.
Well, and on her website, again, I didn't do my homework and visit her website to check this for myself, but it says that she's a 2-time dance champion.
From where?
I don't know. We don't
Okay.
know.
You say your thoughts while I try to look this up.
Costuming nailed this for her. She literally looked like a live action Elsa, which was cool. Pasha's costume, it looked like he put on a hoodie backwards, which was weird. I liked this. Okay, so I came in on Sochi's dance. And then, so I watched Ariana's dance twice. The first time kind of underwhelmed me. And then when I watched it again the second time, I liked it a lot more. The lift with the spin was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not like the weird running thing. It literally was giving testing out new tennis shoes at Stride Ride in front of your mom. Like, it was so weird. I didn't get it. I didn't like it. But then they went into that lift and I was like, all right, that saved it for me. She performed full out. I loved it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's because I didn't connect with like what we were going for with this story as much. But it was great. It was not what I wanted it to be.
I agree. And this going back, I thought Lele's dance was so much more impressive and took so much more skill and talent. This was a really good dance. She's a really good performer, and she had like one of the best, if not the best, songs to dance to because it was just like such a moving contemporary. Like, loved it. But to me, I didn't leave with my jaw on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like that is an unpopular opinion because everybody in the chat was like obsessed with this, and I felt like I felt like a Debbie Downer because I was like, it was good, but it wasn't everything to me by any means.
Agreed. But again, I'm loving this moment for Pasha. They have a really great partnership, and like he has a fighting chance as well with her, and I do love that for him. And I'm gonna love when I see both Pasha and his wife in like the finals.
Yeah.
But also, Pasha's zigzag headband was a throwback for me.
Oh my God, I died.
Like those claw clip style ones where you zig them back in your, like literally zigzag. Used to wear those things in 4th, 5th grade. Mm-hmm. Hadn't seen one since.
Yeah, I didn't know that they still made those. So hopefully it was vintage.
Yeah, but no, it was good. I agree. It was good. I honestly think people love that song and that movie enough to make it feel even more special in your heart,
Yeah. Maybe that's why. And like Frozen 2, like I've seen it. It's fine. I liked the first one so much better. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But she got an 8 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Derek, and an 8 from Bruno for 25 out of 30.
The 9 felt excessive.
I agree with that. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. It was good.
It was. And I saw Gabby Winty and her girlfriend in the crowd at this point.
Did you? I didn't see her.
Yeah, she was up there standing, cheering away. Yeah.
That's so fun. I love that.
Miss her.
Yeah, she was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find the 2-time dance champion?
I did. And you're right. It just says, that's so vague. It just says, and she also apparently had a competitive equestrian career. And then
what can't she do? She's like a Barbie.
No, right. And then after she got her degree in theater and broadcast communications, she moved to New York and became a part of the sketch comedy world, ?
Oh, wow. She's multifaceted.
Yeah. Also, like, if you're a theater major, you know how to play up a moment, which she's definitely like, not that what happened to her wasn't terrible. It sucks, but she has made the best of it for sure.
And you know what? Good for her.
Totally. No, I really like her. I don't watch that show. So I really didn't know anything about her other than the Scandival drama that I've seen on Instagram and wherever else in the world. Mm-hmm. But I really like her. And
yeah, I do too.
I really like watching her. She is a very good performer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
quick sidebar before we get into the last dance. Mm-hmm. Tom Sandoval is currently on Special Forces.
Yeah, and I heard he like was crying while he was taking a crap on the toilet.
Yeah, he was. I watched that tonight, and it was just as uncomfortable as you'd think it would be.
And that's that on that.
Life comes at you fast, Tom Sandoval.
If you don't stop and poop for a while, you might miss it.
That's right. Okay, last but definitely not least, we had Charity and Artem.
Everything about this woman just feels beautiful to me. Like her soul, her voice, her look, her aesthetic, her energy. She seems just like a real life angel floating on the earth.
I know, she really is just like too pure for this world, it seems
Yes.
like. Like she seems like the world's nicest person. She's cute, she's wonderful. She's so smiley and bubbly and happy. Her fiance is so them together.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. I hope it's real and I hope it lasts because
Yeah, and
they
she's
seem legit, like end game
and
level.
she's clearly having an effect even on Artem, who's historically like the most tough, intense, serious, not smiley person. And he seems like so happy this season.
He does. And he even said in the Skybox interview that he was like, we go out there and I always leave the floor smiling. Like she brings
Which
out the best in me, which is very sweet.
and I said this in the Facebook group, but now I think about it every week. He is a real life like personified Tony Perkins from Heavyweights.
I haven't
Please
seen
tell me.
that.
Oh my gosh, you have not seen Heavyweights. If anyone's listening has seen it, you'll know what I mean. Like, perfect example is the famous line from that movie where he says, "I eat success for breakfast with skim milk."
Oh my God. I'm dead. I'm dead at that.
Oh gosh, Siri just looked up Tony Perkins on my phone.
Siri, get out of here. We're busy.
Anyway.
So I did not think that this was her best dance, but I thought it was still really good. So the moments that they were in hold were everything. Like delicious, so stunning. But then if like they ever spread out and were more arms width apart, I didn't like it as much. It wasn't as impressive to me. But Artem as a prince is really nice to look at. And their partnership is truly one of the best. It's probably the best partnership I've ever seen with Artem, like personality wise.
I thought this dance was really good. But again, I do feel like I get blinded by when I really like, obviously when I like the people, but also when I like the song and I love Little Mermaid. And I got really in my feels when she was talking about the representation of it all and how, this year we got to see Ariel in a different way through the live action or whatever they call the movies. And the movie, which I did see, and it was so good, and the music's so good. And I just thought that was so sweet that she had that song in that moment. And I loved it personally. But she's one of those that's really good and has set the bar high for herself early on. So it's hard because now you're wanting her to one up that every week.
Yeah. And I definitely thought it was good. I just the moments in holds were I wanted that the whole time because it was so beautiful. And then I felt like when they, spread out, it took away from me for me.
I think she feels really comfortable with him. And so when they are in hold or when they're doing anything like close together, she kind of relaxes her shoulders a little bit. Like she trusts him clearly to kind of lead her. And then when she doesn't have that comfort blanket, you kind of see her get a little bit uneasy sometimes.
Yeah. Like a little more cautious. I totally see that. That's a good point. And then I need to talk about Artem's spray painted hair.
You notice hair more than anyone, like, and wigs.
You would think that I would have like the world's best hair with how much I comment on other people's, but like I straight up look like a colonial boy every day with a low pony. So I mean,
Nutrafol sponsor us.
Yeah, someone. Jeez. Oh my God. But no, it was so funny. Just that line of where they had like used that Halloween store hairspray color onto his bleach blonde top half of his head was so good.
Oh my God.
But they ate it up 3/8 for 24 out of 30. And then we moved into elimination.
Yeah. And what's up with the way they're doing this? Like where they do the whole thing, and then all of a sudden there's no bottom two. It's just three. And then they just say who's going home.
I don't know. It stresses me out. And I don't know if it's because of the timing, like that we're running behind. I don't know, but I don't enjoy it very much.
Not to
So,
mention they keep saying we're not doing a judge's save at the moment. Is the
yeah.
moment coming?
Yeah. Can you tell us, please? Like, what's going on with that? I think they don't know. I think they're just kind of riding it out to see what happens.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
So the bottom three were AP and Britt, Barry and Peta, and Lele and Brandon. With AP and Britt going home. I'm glad that they're gone. So that we don't have to talk about it anymore. I'm sad
This is
for
how I,
I'm sad for Britt, and I'm sad that he went home on such a great dance.
yeah.
But it was past his time to leave, just for personal reasons.
See, yeah, I was torn because I was like talking back to the TV, like, this is just BS because, like, clearly we just watched the catastrophe that was Allison and then even Sweet Berry fumbling his way through it. And just like, I did not at any point think that he necessarily, based on performance, deserved to be there. And had he not been a controversial character and I didn't know any of that backstory, I would have been like very upset because I feel like he was proving himself and getting better and better. And I did not think it was his time, just performance wise.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had a piece about it too because I was like, it was just this, no pun intended with the Dumbo song, but again, elephant in the room, like, of this awkwardness with him of just tiptoeing around certain things. So I'm okay with it. I'm not mad. But also to clarify, when they're doing this three, is the third person who's like, is there a third couple that's maybe not necessarily in the bottom? They just like keep them up there for stress, or is it like for sure the bottom three? You know what I mean? Because like there used to be bottom two. So
Yeah,
now do
no,
they
I
just?
do not know. I could not
Because
tell you.
there's no way Lele and Brandon were there.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. She has 54 million
That's
followers
what I was about to
and
say.
she nailed it.
Right.
Like she was amazing. So I don't know. I would like to get a solid answer on that. So Dancing with the Stars producers that are listening to this podcast, please DM us on Instagram or send me a letter in the mail or however. Contact me and let me know because
Yeah, because
we
it
need to know.
didn't make any sense. But
Yeah. So
yeah, and then we already talked about the weird send off. And
yeah, it was bizarre,
do
but
they still send them off to do like Good Morning America or whatever it is the next?
yeah, apparently he was on there this morning. I didn't watch it. I can't watch Good Morning America because I'm a working woman, um but yeah, I'm at peace with everything. I just really need Allison to go home next week unless she
Neat.
has some kind of breakthrough performance because I can't do it anymore. I'm not strong
Like
enough.
she won't though. Like she won't.
I know, but
Sorry.
I'm trying to be positive.
So next week is most memorable, right? Most memorable year.
Yes, it is.
We just got that lineup and it's got some interesting choices that I'm very excited to see, most notably Barry dancing to, what did I just tell you it was?
Bad to the bone. Wait, is next
No,
week
no, Born to be Wild.
Born to be Wild? Are we sure that most memorable year is next week and it's not Halloween?
Halloween, is Halloween not on Halloween?
Is Halloween on a Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. Well,
Uh,
let's see. Yeah,
episode 5.
it is.
Episode 5 is. It's got to be most memorable year. Wait, it's gonna make viewers groove. What?
We're off the rails right now.
Yeah, this is wild. I don't know. We don't know what it is. We'll see, but we're excited.
Yeah.
We're glad to be here. But yeah, thank you so much for filling in for Madeline while she's off enjoying being married with her husband and they're living in the lap of luxury for a week in Antigua. And I'm so glad that you got to come on again.
I, loved being here. I love y'all, love the show, number one fan, love all of the things that you guys are putting out there. So thank you so much for having me. Had a blast.
All right. Well, until next week.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.